This was a CIA Mossad op, and it's a fake humanitarian agency. And what they do is they lure Palestinians from all over Gaza to come to a specific area in Gaza and say, hey, we're promising you food, we're promising you medicine. Then they show up, and in many instances, the IDF opens fire and murders them.
Why? This is anti-Semitism, and this is retarded anti-Semitism. Like, how stupid or would you have to be to believe this and then report it? You have planes, like you waste all that money bombing all these buildings, telling people to evacuate everything first, and you fuck up so much, right? Because they could have killed so many more people. You evacuate people from different halves of the country over and over and all this. You do all of that just to lure people to food stations and open fire in the places that are probably going to have the most amount of people reporting, recording, and observing. Like, this is so
yeah, it's
stupid.
almost like it's a fucking genocide and they're proud of it. It's almost like it's a genocide and they're fucking proud of it, bro.
Bro, I watched a clip of Destiny the other day in Israel. Okay, it could have been shot at any time over the last 6 months. I don't know when it happened.
Oh, we got to play that video. I know which one you're talking about.
Yes, and he comes out and he's like, basically, do your war crimes in private. Gavin, we can play that at the end if you want. I'll keep playing this so we can hear the rest.
What do you think you're even saying? It's so dumb. Like, come on, what? Why wouldn't they have just blown them all up at the beginning? No, that would be so obvious. Okay, so what's the plan instead? To set up food stations over the Gaza Strip and then tell them to come for food. And then when they come, we're actually just going to fucking kill them there. Like,
yep.
That is exactly what happened. That's literally exactly what happened. And we got in there pretty early, Gavin. We got in there pretty early with a banger. We were able to screenshot Haaretz, an Israeli newspaper. Okay, it came out June 27th, 2 fucking days ago. This is what Kyle Kulinski was reporting on his show because he knows how to read. Okay, and 1.5 thousand motherfuckers agreed with us. It says,
you didn't know that Haaretz is considered deeply anti-Semitic, Zach? That's obvious. Everyone knows that.
Fucking crazy, man. IDF officers and soldiers told Haaretz they were ordered to fire at unarmed crowds near food distribution sites in Gaza, even when no threat was present. Hundreds of Palestinians have been killed.
And by the way, guess what the Israeli spin on this is? I shit you not. Guess what it is?
What?
That it was actually Hamas shooting those people.
Oh my God.
I'm not even kidding, bro. Look at any comment section of one of these articles being posted and you'll see a bunch of deranged Zionists saying, this is fake news. It was Hamas shooting at the Palestinians. Genuinely fucking crazy, bro. But yeah, let's take a look over here real quick too. And we can take a look at that video that you were mentioning, Zach, because yeah, this is 100% real footage of Israel, of Destiny in Israel.
I think Israel has unique issues. Here's the one piece of advice I'll give you, okay? If you're joining the IDF, okay? Leave your fucking cell phone at home and stop taking stupid fucking videos, okay? Because everybody's fucking you with them, okay? And if you see a soldier, okay, going through a fucking drawer, and listen, if you want to fucking wear a dress and you think it's funny, just don't fucking take a fucking video picture of it, okay? Jesus. Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of the gist of it, but
yeah. And if you guys aren't, if you couldn't hear the fucking audio, he was literally telling these future IDF soldiers, like, if you're going to do war crimes, just don't film it because it's going to, be a bad look. It's going to make you look kind of bad to the rest of the world when they see the war crimes, but still do them. I have no issue with the war crimes. Just, don't expose yourself doing the crime. Just do the crime and get away with it, essentially, which is genuinely crazy. I'm like, I mean, he has to be getting paid by someone. I'm not trying to be conspiratorial, but if you're in Israel, if you're laundering this sort of outrageous propagandistic pro-Israeli talking point, some sort of transaction is occurring, right?
Well, they do that thing where they'll fly you out first class to Israel. Bobby Lee talked about it. He was like, "Oh, I feel bad because I did this one time," and he was like, "They fly you out to Israel first class, sometimes private, depending on the kind of celebrity you are.
Sure,
probably have to fly coach if you're Michael Rappaport at this point, but." You go out there and it's a 5-star thing. They take you to all these weird shit and they just want you to post pictures of yourself having a good time. The Brianna Wu treatment, right? I guarantee you he's like, I can get my audience of liberals to cheerlead for you and tell you everything that any criticism that comes your way is anti-Semitism. And he was with Lonerbox, who's a crazy guy. Lonerbox hit us up through Dylan Burns one time and he was like, I have concerns that these guys are anti-Semitic. And I was like, here's my fucking phone number. Call me up and we will chat about how you think I'm anti-Semitic. Never got that phone call. Okay.
Yeah, Lonerbox is a fucking psychopath, pro-Israeli propagandist. He was literally denying the the forensic evidence, which undeniably points to the reality on the ground in Israel, being that fucking children are being shot in the head by snipers, which is truly crazy. But Mr. Anthony Fantano of the Needle Drop, he chimed in here and ratioed the fuck out of Destiny. So let's go up to Destiny. He had what? So he says painting the IDF as this cartoonishly evil or whatever. He has 3.7K likes on that tweet. Anthony comes in with 12K typical sex pest opinion, which is a great point, and people should never let Destiny live down those allegations because they are truly insane. It's wild the degree to which Destiny has bounced back as far as his viewership and the fact that his audience doesn't seem to care at all about those horrific crimes. But yeah, Fantano jumps in there with a great response. I found Destiny's response to be, however, completely pathetic. He came back with this. Imagine trusting a guy who hates My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy to have a coherent opinion on Israel-Palestine, LOL. And to be honest, I've never been a huge Kanye West fan. I've never been as big of a Kanye fan as Zach was back in Kanye's heyday. But I think that Anthony Fantano's review of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy has aged like fucking wine, personally. And again, I defend some of Kanye's discography. Even at the time, I totally agreed with that review.
Yeah, no, I completely disagree with the review, but that's okay. I think it's hilarious that this is a one thing about the internet lore that Destiny seems to know. It's like you clearly are totally unfamiliar with the Needle Drop. You have no musical opinions. You can't talk about any single one of Anthony's bad takes from the last 12, 15 fucking years, okay? Literally, that album, I'm pretty sure, came out 16 and a half years ago, 17 years ago. Okay, so it's totally irrelevant at this time to the discourse. And he's like, remember that one time you triggered the internet and made your entire career basically by sticking to your guns? Like, LOL. So I thought the at least you tried analogy was pretty fucking funny too.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So yeah, a terrible, pathetic, attempt at a dunk. Zach, do we think we should make any announcements regarding any future potential guests on the Vanguard, or should we wait?
Probably wait a little bit.
Okay, yeah, no problem. But hopefully we can continue a conversation about, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy at some point. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, very funny to see, Destiny totally fucking destroyed. Not just by Anthony, but by the Vanguard on Twitter. Zach had a great response, as we showed you guys. And also, again, to call fucking Kyle Kulinski anti-Semitic is so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. I remember Vosh tried the same thing, and Vosh, is obviously, he learned all of his tricks from Destiny. He came from Destiny's community. And at one point, he also tried to call Kyle Kulinski anti-Semitic. Because I think Kyle was like saying that what was it? Something about Hezbollah or something like that. I don't even fucking know. He was like, Hezbollah is correct or something.
Yeah, it was because this is what it's crazy that this is what Bosch said, because the Houthis were doing a successful blockade to prevent goods from traveling to Israel, right? Vosh was like, well, do you guys not know this is going to have dramatic impact on the entire global economy? This is going to have reverberations in the, and pointing to like different spots on the map and doing what shit libs do, which is talking about like shit you aren't familiar with.
He was like, the maritime commerce will be really irrevocably screwed up, but everything seems fine, honestly. Now that there's been a few years since all of that, it seems like there was no irrevocable destruction wrought by the Houthis. And Kyle was right. The Houthis were 100% correct to do what they were doing, at least for the reasons that they were stating, not because of everything they've ever said. Kyle was not defending every statement that the Houthis has ever made. Obviously, they have said some anti-Semitic shit. That's not what Kyle was defending.
Yep.
Either way, yeah, I thought that was wild. And again, it's one thing to disagree with someone like Kyle on a position like that, but to just immediately go to fucking anti-Semitism, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like we were talking about with Matt Leck and how finally, for the first time, that smear failed against Zoran, right? And they put all of this effort into smearing him as an anti-Semite, and everyone was like, yeah, he doesn't seem terribly anti-Semitic to me. This man that you're trying to convince me is a hateful bigot, he doesn't seem that hateful. He doesn't seem that much like a bigot. He kind of seems like a chill dude, right? And I'm really glad we're finally entering that era. That people are seeing through this bullshit line, which obviously it is an issue. Like, there are anti-Semitic people. We talk about them. We call them out.
Also, not to cut you off, but yeah, Vosh 100% called Kyle anti-Semitic. I'll go ahead and throw up the video right.
Oh yeah, he did.
He
did.
You fucking liars! A bunch of Vosh simps over here. Go watch some.
Vosh also tried to deny.
Sometimes they have to take a different, much longer route to get to Israel. Oh man, the horror!
Like one of the things that kind of upsets me is that the idea of people not understanding the importance of free international maritime trade is very, very frustrating. Like this
is exactly how we recited it back to you, motherfuckers.
This isn't even like
you fucking nerd. Do you not understand the importance of stopping a genocide? Like, do you not know how easily you could just turn that around on you? You moron.
Somebody linked.
Either way, it's in this video.
It definitely is. I didn't just fucking. I remember making that headline. I wouldn't just fucking put that in quotes for no reason. Like Vosh 100% said it was an anti-Semitic thing to say.
Yup.
And then we had Kyle on to defend himself or to respond, and he was like, "Yeah, Vosh is a fucking idiot. He knows I'm not an anti-Semitic."
Yeah, Vosh also called Crystal Ball like a bunch of like crazy names and tried to slander her and smear her and accuse her of stealing money. Vosh is a crazy person, guys.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there,